Secret mind-reading technology, allegedly used for surveillance. Victims speak out, by investigative reporter. In a shocking revelation, multiple individuals have come forward with accounts of a secret technology that allegedly invades their privacy in ways previously thought to exist only in science fiction. The technology, capable of reading thoughts, seeing through people's eyes, and hearing through their ears remotely, has left its alleged victims in states of despair, humiliation, and constant psychological distress. The stories of two individuals, recounted below, paint a disturbing picture of a technology used for surveillance in the most invasive and inhumane manner imaginable. They're in my head 24/7. Marcos Silva, a 27-year-old man from Brazil, says his ordeal began in late 2019 after he made a decision he deeply regrets years earlier. Silva admits he downloaded illegal material, child porn, a choice he describes as the worst mistake of his life. Not long after, he began hearing voices in his head. When the voices started speaking in my head, it was a complete shock. It felt like my world had fallen apart. I wasn't expecting it at all. I felt extremely humiliated. At first, I thought maybe they would only be in my head for a few days. However, every day they were there, abusing me. I felt increasingly hopeless about the voices ever stopping. They were constantly commenting on my actions, sometimes bullying me, sometimes just narrating what I was doing, and other times being outright sadistic and cruel. One word they kept repeating in my head was gostosa, which means hot in English. It was a way they found to harass and abuse me. It felt like a form of psychological rape. It's very disgusting when you think about it. I wasn't even thinking that word in my head. I tried replacing it with other similar words that didn't have the same sexual connotation. It became very clear to me that this wasn't schizophrenia, Marcos explained. The way they behaved and spoke in my head made it obvious that these voices weren't auditory hallucinations. They were real people speaking behind the voices. Some of the voices were familiar, like those of old classmates or acquaintances, but others were completely unfamiliar. Silva described the experience as a form of psychological torture. It's humiliating beyond words. Every moment of my life is under scrutiny, even my most private, intimate moments. They're always there. Eating with my family, surfing the internet, even while I dream, I hear them. He added, I'm not a bad person. I made a mistake, and I've been paying for it every day since. If I'd known this could happen, I'd have never done it. It's not just voices. It's like they see through my eyes, hear what I hear. I can't even have my own thoughts anymore. They comment on my dreams. For Sarah Lopez, a 29-year-old single woman, the experience has been equally devastating. It started 2 years ago, she said. I began hearing voices that would comment on everything I did. Lopez described how the voices would analyze and ridicule her thoughts and actions even in her subconscious state. It's so invasive. Even in my dreams, they're there, narrating or mocking what I'm doing. I feel like I've lost any semblance of privacy. One of the most challenging aspects for Lopez is maintaining a facade of normalcy around her family. I can't tell anyone about this. It's too embarrassing. How do you tell someone that you hear voices in your head that you know are real people, that they're watching everything you do? I have to pretend everything is fine around my relatives. It's exhausting, and sometimes I feel like I'm going to break. Lopez also noted a peculiar behavior she's developed: thought suppression. I've trained myself to not think certain things. If I let my guard down and think about something personal or sensitive, I know they'll hear it and judge me. It's like I'm living in a constant state of fear and shame. It's like they can see through my eyes. Whatever I look at, they're seeing it too, Lopez said. Daily life has become a monumental challenge for Sarah. Simple things like washing dishes or reading a book are almost impossible. They're always there, talking, laughing, criticizing. There's no peace, no quiet, not even when I sleep. Sarah expressed sympathy for those who have not experienced such a situation. I feel happy for people who don't know what this is like. They don't realize how lucky they are to have their minds and privacy intact. I wouldn't wish this situation on anyone. A common thread of despair. Across the accounts, several commonalities emerge. Victims describe the voices as unrelenting, cruel, and sadistic. They report feeling constantly watched and judged, even during their most private moments. Many have resorted to thought suppression as a defense mechanism, not only to protect themselves from the ridicule of the voices, but also to prevent inadvertently revealing their deepest fears and insecurities. It's like they're trying to break you, said Silva. They want to see how far they can push you before you snap. And the worst part is, there's no escape. It's 24/7, even in your dreams. Unanswered questions. The nature and origin of this alleged technology remain a mystery. Is it a covert government surveillance program? A rogue operation by private entities? A form of psychological warfare? These questions have no answers, and those affected are left to grapple with the devastating impact on their lives. For now, the accounts of Marcos and Sarah, and others like them, serve as a chilling reminder of how advancements in technology can be weaponized to strip individuals of their most basic freedoms. Whether their claims are validated remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: if such a technology exists, it poses a profound threat to humanity's right to privacy and autonomy.